Morning, boys. I've got here the Merlin Hi-flo Blow Gun kit from Harbor Freight, product number 63572. And it's a nice complete blow gun kit with 3 tips, 2 extensions, and the pistol grip handle. Now, this product here is made in China. It's only available through Harbor Freight or through a Harbor Freight reseller. No lifetime warranty mentioned anywhere, which means this will have a 90-day warranty with receipt only. It claims to be 260% more airflow than standard blowguns. I guess we'll see if that's true here in a minute. This is its next best competitor, I think, probably. So this is the Snap-on AT4190. This is actually a rebranded product. This is made by JWL Airboy, and this is actually the Airboy Thrust. Snap-on markets this as the Hi-flo Venturi blowgun, and it is made in Denmark, which is where JWL is. Snap-on gives a lifetime warranty on this tool. This tool is not available really from anybody else in the United States. Okay, boys, this is the JWL website, and the product you're looking at is the Airboy Thrust. This is the gun that's private label branded for Snap-on. And JWL doesn't have very much presence, or any presence really at all, in the United States. Particularly for this product, there is one distributor that I found on their website, but they don't carry the Thrust. So I believe that JWL has an exclusive agreement with Snap-on. You know, you do some digging on the internet, you can find the Airboy from other countries, you know, like Australia, for example. But here's the deal. It's like an $80 gun from Snap-on. It's like $69 from these other places, give or take, but you get the point. What I'm saying is the trouble you're going through to, you know, run it down from another country really doesn't save you a whole bunch of money versus getting it from Snap-on and having that warranty from Snap-on. So I say don't try to be sneaky and order it from Germany or whatever, or try to learn German to use the German Amazon site to try to get you one. One of the problems I do have with the Snap-on gun is as you're watching this screen scroll through, you see there's lots of extensions and whatnot you can get for this product, and Snap-on doesn't have any of those. I wish the Snap-on gun was $100 and came with a complete kit and gave you these extension lines. Not having that is where that Merlin gun really shines. That and the Merlin gun's 20 bucks compared to 80 bucks. So these things screw on here. Got a little O-ring with them. And this thing claims to be OSHA compliant. It does have these little dig outs to kind of vector the air in the right direction. And that may provide some benefit. So it all screws together real nice. Looks good so far. I can tell you the spring in this valve is not very impressive relative to the Snap-on. I mean, this is a substantial spring mechanism in here. This is really heavy duty feeling. This thing is a flimsy little piece of stamped metal, and it feels like, it even squeaks. Kind of feels toyish. But let's, oh, and also, if you bend this thing, it's not pinned where you can take it off and straighten it out. It's got a rivet in it. So that's one complaint. This should either be a screw or a pin. Not that you couldn't modify it if you had to fix it, but like I say, this little stamped metal thing will break. So let's get a connector on it and see what she does. That's probably good enough. All right, let's get our air going here. See what we get. Sounds good. Let's kind of get a with and without the Venturi comparison. Oh, listen to that, boys. Now get a hold of this. And that Venturi is sucking air like a big dog. So this thing works. This is legit. Can you hear that when I put my fingers over it? Let's do the forearm test. Get my jacket off. It's colder than the... So we're going to do a side by side. Now I can tell you already I like this. This thing right here is exactly what I wanted it to be. So the problem with this gun here is, you know, let's say you're blowing something off that's dirty, but you want to blow just that part off so that you can work on just that part. You don't want to make this huge mess. Well, you might not be able to get in with this, so you end up blowing, say, half an engine off with this big boy. With this, you can get, you know, you can snake right into where you want to get and give it a nice little chooch of air and, you know, straighten it out and be done. So let's compare apples to apples. So this is no Venturi, and this is my forearm. This is your forearm on air. Tell you what, now let's do the snap-on. So now let's do the Merlin Venturi. All right, boys, I'm going to hold it in one place, not wiggle it around, so we can see the dent the Merlin makes versus the snap-on. So not sure how well that showed up on the video. The snap-on gives a larger blast of air with ever so slightly more force. The Merlin has a much more concentrated jet. This is moving more air, and that would make sense because this is a nicer Venturi design than this. That said, this sucker's great. It moves a lot of air. It blows really hard. For the do-it-yourselfer, kind of at the house, who's going to actually keep up with all these parts, this is a great product. I would not shy away from this at all. Now, if you're a shop, like I say, end of a week, you'll have this, and that handle will be bent over sideways. That's all you're going to have left in a shop. So if I was a shop guy, I'd definitely just get the snap-on, and you might not be able to reach into a spot, but oh well. But for the do-it-yourselfer, or for a mechanic who wants this versatility, but who's going to keep this air gun in his box and not just leave it as kind of a shop tool, this looks to be a great product. Now we've got two other tips here. I want to see what they do. That's not a gentle jet, boys. That's a turbo. Oh, that's interesting. This is neat. So let's look at this compared to the airboy thrust. So what this does is this cone in the middle. It's got these air jets around the edge. And I guess it again, using laminar flow, kind of pulls air into it. I'm not sure on the science of this, but I wouldn't call it a diffuser. It looks more like a jet engine. So this is what it looks like blowing on my arm from about 2 inches away. I don't know what this is, this diffuser. Okay, it's hard to video air, obviously. It doesn't show up very well. But it seems like out at a distance of about 2 feet. Yeah. So this is going to give you a more precise kind of turbocharged blast in one spot. Where this is going to kind of give you a nice everywhere blast of air. Yeah, that's kind of neat. I hate to say, you'd have to kind of experience it. So out at 2 feet, so here to here, let's see if I can show you 2 feet. That's about 18 inches. That's all I got in frame. That's a nice force of air, and it's generalized. In other words, my whole hand is being painted with air. Same deal here. That kind of concentrates at that distance in about a 3-inch radius. So now where this does both. At 18 inches away, this thing feels like a tornado blowing on you, and up close, it feels like it's trying to knock you over. If you're on anticoagulants, this will probably bruise you. That's how forceful it is. Now that said, this thing is obnoxiously loud, like turbocharger in your ear, just awful. This is loud like a blowgun, but not terrible. Maybe that's what they mean by OSHA compliant. And then this is, of course, the standard safety tip. Gives you a nice concentrated blast, nothing special. It is a nice lumen size. Now, what I don't like about either of these guns is this. So let's say you got to fill up a basketball. You're going to have to get some kind of adapter to get this to work. I'm sure you can find one. These threads don't look exotic, but it's not a direct setup. So you're still going to end up, if you're at a home shop where it's one air compressor does it all, you're still going to end up with one of these deals right here. One of these little cheap blowguns. There's just no way around it. Well, boys, I definitely like the Merlin Blow Gun. I'm glad I bought it. It is, although not as powerful as the Snap-on, it is very comparable in pressure. No lifetime warranty, but it's 25% the cost, and you do get a whole lot of versatility with all these accessories. If I were a mechanic working in a shop where I bought my own tools, I would definitely have one of these in my box for 20 bucks. It's just hard to beat. If I was a shop owner, I would not buy this because my mechanics would lose all the parts. Do-it-yourselfers, home guys, this is the gun to buy, guys. Don't let this thing pass you by. Thanks, boys. Like, comment, subscribe.